Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is dedicated to one of my subscribers. He has requested that initial money to start Pawnshop, how much money I'm gonna need it. So I'm gonna dedicate this to you, my friend. Here it is, watch it. Initially, when we talk about starting a pawn shop, it's really difficult to really tune into as far as how much money you need to start it. Why? Because your style of business, size of the building, the style you want to create, do you need to use new hardware, old hardware, what kind of computer program you're going to use, how much money you're going to start. So today's video is going to address all those things. So really, like I said, there is no set number for that, but I will try to fine tune and see if I can just kind of hit on the important parts of this investment part of this starting pawn shop. See, sometimes I think about this business, pawn shop, and if you really think about it, we, the human being, we are like a walking pawn shop. We give and take, we borrow money from people, friends and family. So the pawn shop business is no different than that, except it's a prototype business. You got a standalone building, you start this business and you start loaning the money. So this is all about loaning the money. So you will loan the money, your own money that you're going to invest. Size of investment, today we're going to talk. So initially I will say, basic thing is start small. I'm a big fan of starting small. Why? Because you don't want to start gigantic big pawn shop, because if you've never had pawn shop business and you didn't know much about this investment part of this business, then you're gonna just have a very difficult time, or maybe you're gonna invest money into wrong things and you're gonna run. Okay, here we go. So I would say initially you need $25,000 to $50,000 to start a small size pawn shop. That's going to cover your basic investment, including your calendar, your computer software, and you just want to make sure you don't spend too much money on these things, and don't worry about too much about how the pawn shop is going to look like. Or I've seen people, they want to spend too much money on the flooring or counters. Some things that will not make money, in sense they will make money, but they don't make you money immediately. This is an investment that's going to be static. It's going to stay put, and you will use it as you go. So don't spend too much money on that one. What the goal should be, out of that $50,000 that I said, that $50,000 number, you want to keep the most money in your hand, in your pocket, in your petty cash, that you can loan money, because the essence of this pawn shop business is to loan money. More money you will loan, more returns will come to you. So that's the key. Just keep in mind, and I'm going to talk to different elements that can stop you from developing a good business profile. Let's assume that you have $50,000 in your hands. Now I'm going to show you how you're going to chop up this money into 2-3 pieces. The first one is going to be your hardware, software, and store setup. It should not cost you more than $3,000 to $5,000. If it's more than that, you need to cut it down and get it back into $3,000 to $5,000 bracket. Okay. The next step is going to be, you're going to be spending maybe $1,500 to $2,000 into licensing. Reason I said that, because mostly business license will cost you about $100, but different states do have regulatory taxes. They can be ranging from $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000, depending upon where you're at. So you can check that with the local county tax commissioner's office with that. The next thing will be software. Software, you want to get the most user-friendly software that you can easily get. And I would say just lease it. Leasing a software is a good idea, because what the company will do is, as they make investment into development of the new things and line up with the new internet revolution and stuff like that. So if you're leasing that, you don't need to worry about updates and stuff like that, because the company will take the responsibility of that. All you will have is a monthly bill, and the monthly bills, they can be $50 to $100, you know, depending on which company you're using. There's so many companies that you can do internet. You can pop up the company that you like, or just look at the program and demonstration and see which one fits your need. Okay, so $50,000 pawn shop that we're talking about, once you can open up the doors, along with all these small things that we talked about in a previous segment, then it's investment time, you know. Investment is something that you really need to get good at it, because it's your money, and the money you're going to invest into things is going to have the direct reflection on your financial status. Why? Because I've seen people many times, they get excited, they'll be spending money onto big items like boats and big trucks and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that, but initially you want to make sure that you don't go too much in this area, because that's going to hold majority of your money. And if you end up with a couple of the big items, like boats are one of the worst investment that you can do, because you will pick up a boat, or you will end up with a boat, and you might not be able to sell it back to somebody, and you will have so much money invested into that's not going to make you money, and that's going to keep you in a minus. So you just want to make sure you deal with the high-end items, good solid items that you can immediately resell it if they don't pick it up, because you hope that they will come pick it up and you will make that interest that this business offers. But if you didn't do that, then you're going to end up with a lot of unwanted items, and that's going to be very difficult to sell online, eBay or Amazon, or whichever way you want to sell your items. You know, best thing will be sell it in the store, you know. So you really want to be very careful, and your product knowledge, you need to keep it up to the par. Very, very important thing, you know. If you don't know the product, you just can't get excited about the product and invest money like crazy, and then later on, you know, when you look at your numbers, you know, they don't add up. Okay, the next pawn shop model, I will say $100,000. You can start a pawn shop with $100,000, and this way you can just aim on the areas that you want to do. For example, you say, you know what, my pawn shop will start right here, and that's going to be investment into maybe automobiles, maybe electronics, maybe cameras, maybe computers. Gold is the all-time best, and gold is the easiest one to take the money back out. So you may want to focus more on the gold. And if you're doing a gun store, then that's a whole new ball game. It has nothing to do with everything else. So in next segment, I will gonna show how the guns work, and if you want to do the gun store too. You know, the $100,000 will allow you to really play with more confidence. You will have more money to invest, and you will not be afraid of doing bigger loans, because if somebody shows up to get a loan for $5,000 for some big items or something, you will be very confident to do that. What I would say, your pawn shop that you started should be like a multitude of things. You should be dealing with electronics, gold, automobiles, title loans, guns. If you started, it's a different licensing, but you can talk to ATF about that, and they will send you a package. They will come check your place out, and you will need certain safes and stuff like that. So briefly, you need a different license for the guns. And why you want to do different things? Because most of the items, you know, you want to be a pawn shop that has a general store look and approach and operation, because you will have more sources and resources coming back to you. That's going to make you more money. If one area is slow, the other area will pick up. You know, electronics is a very good area, like new Canon cameras and Nikon cameras and Sony cameras and stuff like that. You know, there's a hot season for the cameras, and people always buy and sell cameras from you. So that's a good investment. You know, newer laptops, iPads, all these are good investments. So you just want to make sure that your pawn shop is a good collection of great items, so you can easily flourish and make some money quickly, and you will not be disappointed with this. Normally in a pawn business, you know, when you start a new shop, you should give yourself 90 days. In 90 days, your money should be coming back to you. It will start rolling, because people will come pick up their items that you invested the money in, and you're going to make money that way. Or some people will not show up, and after 30 days plus 10 days grace period, you are entitled to sell those items to different sources or maybe local clientele that you have. In the meantime, many people will come to you and they don't want to pick up their item, or maybe they're not able to pick up their item. So that way they can pay you extension fee, which is a small interest fee that you can extend and give people more time. So in 90 days, your business should start catching the traction, and that's where you just carefully keep building and keep building and building. After a year or two, you should have the snowball effect, and hopefully by that time you have $30, $40, $50,000 in loans, or $60,000, maybe 100, depending upon how aggressive you are and how well you establish that. So after that, you should have your own mechanism that works for you very well on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and monthly basis. You will be happy that you did that. Okay. So these were a couple of brief things that I'm putting on this video. Hopefully you like it. If you like it, please comment, subscribe, and ask me the questions. If you have some question, any specialized question about the laws of the pawn shop, or how to do this and I'll be glad to make a video for you, or I'll be glad to email you, or however you are happy. So please make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and there'll be more videos coming up. So I expect you to ask me the question. God bless. Thank you so much. Love y'all.